Hey, how's it going, everyone? I recently had a realization about the future of this channel. Over the past year, I've put out a video every week or so, something like that, and it was a great time. I had a lot of fun doing that. I learned a lot about Marvel Champions, game design, and YouTube, and it was honestly a great time. And I'm really glad that I spent this last year making a bunch of videos to share with all of you. Another thing about that is that I made a lot of friends along the way, and I'm very thankful for that. So, truly, I want to let everyone know that I appreciate all of you, and I'm very thankful for all of the people who have taken the time to watch any of my videos throughout this last year. But the era of me being a content creator for Marvel Champions, I think, is coming to an end because I just have different goals now. I have different things that I want to do with my time, and I don't feel like I have any more major contributions to contribute to the Marvel Champions space. I have a lot of videos on my channel talking about deck building and how to get better at deck building, my experience with it, and like intro guides for new players, which that is like very useful, and I'm glad I made that. I have some videos going over rules mistakes, specifically rules mistakes that you can fix to improve your chances of winning, which I'm really happy with that series. That's my contribution that I wanted to make to the rules of Marvel Champions. And the Living Tier List is sort of the culmination of my contribution to talking about the meta of Marvel Champions. And now that that's done, I don't have any more big projects like that I'm looking forward to completing, at least on YouTube. I have other things with game design specifically that I'm looking forward to completing. So, over the course of this last year, as well as doing school and doing YouTube and all that stuff, I made my own. I made my own game. So like I have it's sitting back there on the table. It's really blurry, so it's this table back here that I've been playing my game every day and play to and changing it and making it better every single time that I play it. And that's been a great experience, and my time learning Marvel Champions and talking about Marvel Champions really helped me and brought me up to speed with games and game design, where now instead of channeling my efforts into understanding Marvel Champions and sharing my experience with Marvel Champions, I want to take everything that I've learned from the game and also from the community, because I learned a lot from the community talking to people about games, that I'm going to channel all of that into my own game that I'm making. And I'm really excited about this because I truly believe that that game that I'm making has the potential to be something great. And I need to finish that. And I need to bring that game to life so that it can become good enough to where I can share it with all of you, all the people that are watching my channel, and more than that, because I really think that this game at some point is going to be one of the best games out there. And I am putting my full efforts with my game design time into making that. You may have noticed that I have become a little more critical and a little more negative of Marvel Champions over the last, I don't know, 6 months or so. And that's not coming from a source of negativity from me. It's not that I don't like Marvel Champions. It's more so that I've been making my own game, which I haven't been talking about on the channel, and I'm trying my best to make my game perfect. And Marvel Champions is not a perfect game. The game I'm making will not be a perfect game. But taking understanding Marvel Champions at a deep level and then noticing flaws in it that I think could be better then started to become like on the forefront of my mind was, oh, this is something about Marvel Champions that I can improve, and take that lesson and then bring that lesson forward into my game design to where I can use that wisdom to improve the game that I'm making, which is a very different game, but the lessons that I'm learning from that are still applying, and the concepts of Marvel Champions are still applying. And that shift towards me being more critical of Marvel Champions isn't something that I want to continue. I think that negativity that has been kind of creeping into my channel a little bit is just the result of me focusing on this could have been better. And this is something that isn't as good about this game as it could have been. How could I make this better? And then I'm focusing on imagining things that could make that better. And then what happens is, since I'm not talking about game design and I'm not talking about my game, it comes out as, oh yeah, I didn't really enjoy this as much as I would have liked to, etc., etc. And that's not fair to Marvel Champions. It's not a positive thing about that I want to add to the space. And it's a hint to me that I need to move on to my own game and my own game design goals that are different than Marvel Champions YouTube goals. I hope that makes sense to all of you, that it really is just that I have contributed everything that I feel inspiration to contribute to the Marvel Champions space at this point. And my goals have shifted to where I like game design and I like games so much that just being a YouTuber about it and talking about other games is not what's fulfilling my personal game design goals anymore, or my personal goals with games anymore, is what I mean. That's not being fulfilled by learning Marvel Champions anymore. And it's sad to me because I enjoy talking about Marvel Champions and talking with all of you, but I have come to the conclusion that it's correct for me to move past that and move to something else, to take everything I've learned in this past year from Marvel Champions and from all of you, and then channel it into creating something new where my inspiration is now. And I think that's important for me. And in a while, I don't know how long it will be, hopefully that means that all of you will get to play the game that I'm making. And that would be just perfect. That's the end goal for me, is I want to create games, bring things into existence that I can then share with all of you. And I spend my energy towards games, towards making new games that are as good as they can possibly be, as good as I can possibly make them, so that you can all enjoy new games. I hope that makes sense. I wanted to share that with all of you so that it wasn't just randomly, Daring Lime is quitting YouTube and he's done with games. No, that's not it at all. If anything, it's almost the opposite of what I'm doing is actually more involved, and will be a better thing to share with all of you later, but not now. And my inspiration for creating my contributions to Marvel Champions is now not there because it's moved elsewhere to something else. So now I think the obvious questions that I need to address now is what's going to happen with my channel going forward, and what's going to happen with like the living tier list. And I want to talk about that because it's not going to go away entirely. What I want to make clear is that I'm not going to be a content creator. I'm not going to be putting out regular videos anymore. What my plan is I want to leave the door open for a video, but it's going to be somewhere between 0 and a few videos a year instead of expecting multiple videos a month from me. And it's not necessarily going to be about Marvel Champions. So I'm not shutting the door entirely. I'm just moving on away from being a content creator. And the other thing is that I'm still going to be playing Marvel Champions because I do really like the game. And I think this will actually be better for me personally to enjoy the game when I don't have that obligation to make videos about it. I don't have to play things with the sense of like, oh, I have to make a video about this, or I have to maximize this character, or I have to understand the meta of how Winter Soldier compares to Silk, compares to Shuri, and all of that stuff. I don't want to do that. That part's never been the main joy for me, and I can go back to being a player and engaging with the game as a player in the way that brings me the most joy and fun and enjoyment out of Marvel Champions. The Living Tier List website will stay updated as a result of that because I'm not stopping playing. So, and I do want to maintain that because I set up the website to where it's not difficult for me to add a new character. It's structured well enough to where that's an easy task now. So once Winter Soldier comes out, once Falcon comes out, it might not be immediate, but eventually all of these new expansions will be added to the Living Tier List. I'm just not going to be making videos about it. It'll just be a tool that you all have access to that won't go away. It's not going to disappear. And for everyone that's in my Discord, that will stay up. I'm not planning on shutting off my Discord because it's not just about me. There's like 130 people or something in the Discord that you talk to each other and you share experiences with each other, and it's not centralized around me, which is amazing because I don't want it to be centralized around me. It is actually a community of people talking about the game, sharing experiences, sharing opinions, thoughts, and supporting each other, and that's fantastic. So I will leave that open. I will still hang out in there sometimes, but you're not going to have new Daring Lime video appearing in the Discord. Is basically the only difference there. I think that's all I have to say about this. Again, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much to everyone that has watched my videos, supported me, shared your thoughts with me, because all of your thoughts throughout this last year, I've taken all of them into consideration. I've read all of the comments, and I am using that as like a library, essentially, of all of the things that I've learned from all of you to improve the game that I'm making going forward so that it can be the best game it can possibly be. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Stay zesty.